I don't know if you were joking or talking about something else. But hold on. I love guitar pedals. I always have since I was a kid. Um, I use them or I don't, depending on the situation. But when I'm at home, I always use them. Who doesn't love to make noises? I'm a fan of any kind of gonculator. A gonculator is a device that really does nothing, or it does strange, anomalies that can't really be used, like DTMF modulators, phase modulators. And for doing that for all these years, I figured out how to put these things to use. One year, my band, we used to give each other Christmas presents and shit. And my band, they came from a good family and they made really good money. With one year they got me a Roland Microcube when they first came out. It's like $500. And it was everybody knows the Roland cubes are fucking great. Then the next year, I got them little stuff, little buttons, t-shirts and stupid shit. And they came over with a Danelectro box. Because Danelectro had resurfaced in the 90s. And we loved it. They were like imitations of Sears guitars. They were made of compressed pulp wood and plastic and toy guitars with lipstick pickups from the late 40s, early 50s. But they came back around. By that time, I had a Venus Danelectro. I had a Longhorn Danelectro. I had a UB fucking whatever the fuck they were, one of the standard ones. And they came over with the pedal and they're like, "You're really gonna fucking like this, dude." I'm like, "Yeah, I love everything you guys get. What is it? Is it a compressor? I love collecting compressors." And I check it out. So I opened it up, and it was the what they now call the older Danelectro Backtalk. It's not the older, it's the first one. It's from like 2002 or something. And I'm like, and it's a really heavy pedal. It's gold and blue. It's got peace symbols on it. It's got flowers on it. And I knew right away, I'm like, this thing is a backward delay? And they're like, yeah. And I go, how does it sound? They goes, I played it. It sounds fucking awesome. You're going to love this thing. The appropriate way to do it, it is a hard pedal to control. But I mean, when I used it in my band, I used to use it for the solo on one of these songs that I did. And if your drummer's good, you just time the echo to what he's playing. I had a drummer who played like a human click track, so I would put it like 3/4 all the way up, and I never touched the pedal again. I used it for certain solos. It makes backward guitar solos come out like the Beatles or Hendrix, and it's not hard to control. The thing that people are doing wrong with it is they're letting the initial notes creep through. They don't put the filter up all the way. What you want is total regeneration. So when you start your solo, usually you just ring out a note, step on the pedal, and the only thing you'll hear is backward. And then it's hard because you're playing, your notes are coming out 2 to 3 seconds later. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you could just go to a pentatonic pattern if you had to, as long as you got the timing right. You know, they're easy to control. You just got to know what you're doing with it. Now I got a ton of them. I got them built into my Mustang. I got them built into my Digitex. I got them built into my Boss pedals. I got them built into my my Boss pedals and shit. I got a lot of floor pedals now too. The other thing I'm interested in is like, there was around that same time they were putting out pedals that would make 2, 4, and 6-bit sounds come out. Basically Nintendo. And I knew that was not going to last. So I bought as many as I could of those, and I still use them to this day, where it sounds like Nintendo. You'll start playing notes, And people always love that. They're like, holy shit, how are you doing that? I think Line 6 put out a bunch of them. And I use that. You know, phone modulators. It's easy to do. It's fun to have good effects. I got into that from Vernon Reid. The first time I ever heard a backward solo, though, digitally, was from Vernon Reid on a Kaleidoscope, Flying. And you can hear how he does it. But, I mean, the way he's doing it, he's using the pedal rocker to go forward to make it come out normal. And you could set it up on your floor pedals to do it, too. It's not good to do it with just a pedal. But on your floor pedal, you can use the rocker. When you put the rocker all the way up, it's all delay, all reverse delay. And as you put the rocker back down with your heel, it's natural notes. So you can fade in your backward notes. Seamless fading. And you just go back and forth. That's the way it should be done. My guitar's been on fucking ice for over a year. This sucks. All the strings are crusty and corroded. And I'm going to take some time soon, if I get my meds, to clean them up appropriately. And I don't think I'm going to keep them all strung anymore, because you see I have so many of them. I have to go to the music store and buy 2 boxes of 10. And that's like $100 in strings, if you find a good place. But my mentors and my idols and everybody has always told me, yeah, I've got some diamonds and I've got some gems, a couple, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. And the rest are uncommon, freaky guitars. But I mean, and a lot of them don't cost that much. I don't ever spend more than $700. The only time I do, it's a Hofner or something. Or my Gibson Gold. But other than that, you don't need to spend that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of fucking money. And I love my Tellys. That's my favorite. That's the best guitar. Maybe on certain days I feel like that's the best guitar in the world. You just have a $200 Affinity. Still the same guitar. But no, they're gone now. Yeah, expensive guitars belong on a wall or behind glass, Or, I mean, there's certain times when you will spend a lot to get a guitar. I want George Harrison's 12-string or fucking Carl Wilson's 12-string. Well, you're gonna pay in excess of $2,500. But in the meantime, get yourself a Danelectro 12-string. It sounds just as great, but remember, the neck will bend in a month or 2. It's composite wood.